Hello, we are the Python Pilgrims. My name is James.
My name is Mais.
Sophie.
And I'm Shubo.
In our project, we use Tailwind CSS and HTML to make a website to virtually connect tutors, with students. This is important because students who can't afford personal tutors often suffer academically. But making this free, we break down the boundary between students of different economic backgrounds. We had a plan which involved us creating 6 pages, which involved a home page, a login page, a sign up page for tutors, a sign up page for students, a subject browsing page, and a tutor browsing page. In our testing, we decided to create these pages for ease of access to allow the students to be able to pick from a wide variety of tutors once they had signed up. Can you show the
So,
page, Miles?
which page?
The thing, you've got it in front of it.
This one?
You've got the website page in front of it, yeah. This
This
is
one.
the plan that we had. Originally at the top right of page 1 is the original plan that we had for the sign-in page, which involved the logo as well as having 2 buttons, one for a tutor to sign up and one for a volunteer to sign up. We then made sure that these pages connected to both sign-up documents, which we would then store to allow people to access the website through signing in. Once you have signed in, you will then be directed to a profiles page, which would allow you to see the profiles of tutors who had signed up using the sign-up page, and you would then be able to filter through the different tutors by subject from a large page, which would be separated from subject area.
So this is the homepage that we have. This is a login button. So obviously, if somebody has already made an account, then they can log in from here. But today I will show you the child sign up for the students. So they can sign up here. So if I make an account, student at student, and then I can make this, and then I can make any random password. And then if I sign this up, then this is put into the database, which we will show later on and on how it works, the backend database that Subhadeep will explain. And so this will take you to a page where it asks you which subject you actually want to be tutored in. So for now we've put in 4 subjects, which are the main STEM subjects, but we can add more later on. So then you can go onto the page specifically for this, for mathematics. You can see all the tutors that have already been signed up. For simplicity's sake, we just kept one profile and then we just replicated it to show how it would work for proof of concept. And also to add that there is our footer, and we can have the newsletter. And if you can enter an email, and it will add you to a database. That wasn't actually implemented, but that was something that we would want to implement later on. If you also log out, then it takes you back to the home page, and it has also been added to the database. So if we try to use the student email again, and then if I log in here, it should take us back to the page that we were on. And here you can see, and you can access all the pages. And for now, these links don't work, but otherwise they would usually show the email of the person, of the tutors that have signed up. So this is for chemistry, and then this is for physics. One other feature we've added is that clicking on this or this should take you to the home page. So if we go back here, and then this should also take you to the home page. And then I will hand it over to Sophie to explain the tutor sign up.
Yeah, so we wanted the tutor sign up to be different since we want the tutor to be registered in the database as a different kind of person so that it doesn't go directly to what do you want to be tutored in, what subject, because that's not what the tutor wants to do. The tutor applies to be checked for like being able to tutor, and so we don't hire a criminal. And when we apply, it will take us to a page that says, thank you for applying, da, 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 da. Then, if we sign in with that account, it will take us to a page saying...
Oh, And that also shows another feature. If you type in the password wrong, then it gives you an error. Sorry.
So your ad has been posted. If you've got through, your application has gone through and you're registered as a tutor, you can go straight to that page and your ad has been posted.
That's all the features for now, and we did want to implement a levels for the students. Instead of just having subjects, we wanted to add levels for them, but we weren't able to because it would make the database a bit more complicated and we didn't have the time to implement all of that. So instead of just having subjects, we would also have levels for them to choose from, and so they could specify a bit more on which tutors they wanted, and then tutors could also add that in their information when they applied. Subhadeep will now explain the database and the backend programming that we did.
Right. So the backend was done using Firebase. It was done with the authentication and then Cloud Firestore to store the different tutors and tutees along with their names. So when you sign up, it takes three values: the email address, password. That goes into the authentication. So every account that's signed up is here. And the username is then stored inside this, where this ID is given by the same user UID from the authentication. So when a user creates a new account, what this does is call this Firebase method, and it creates both a entry in the authentication table as well as store the username and whether they're a tutor or not. And this is done using the forms on the HTML pages. So once they are in the database, clicking login if they already have an account. If the account exists, then it'll be checked against the database and it'll pass all the if statement conditionals, and the tutor will be able to log in, or the student will be able to log in. However, if they don't exist, then there might be an error. And the way I've implemented this is using a snack bar. So in the HTML itself, there's a snack bar which only shows the case that something goes wrong. If I type in an incorrect password and try to log in, it'll tell me the password is invalid, and it'll show for a few seconds and then disappear. Now, once it's inside, logging out is simple because it's just a button that goes back, and that'll remove you from, it'll sign you out. So once you have to log back in, it'll take you back to this page and you have to enter your details again. One way this project could be extended is by adding a third type of user, which are those that would verify the tutors and verify their credentials and etc. So this part, that can be an extension that would be added at a future date.
Yeah. So other future projects that we thought of, apart from adding different levels of education that you can choose to get more specific tutors and verifying the tutors, we thought that we could also get a chat function maybe and add a button for the tutor to be able to accept or decline a tutee's request to be tutored. And also we thought maybe a lot of foreign students might struggle with education, and so we'd try and translate the website or try and match specific tutors with backgrounds in that language. That would be
We would try to implement language support maybe on the website to cater to other languages, so students from other backgrounds could also access it a bit more easily. This would also be done completely online, so that would be part of the policy that we have. Just for the sake of safety, all the tutoring will happen online, and hopefully if we could get the chat function implemented, then that would be the only source of contact for the students and the tutors. So it would create a bit more safe environment for the tutors and the students, for them to communicate, and then we could keep track of what's happening. So there's nothing kind of wrong. There's nothing fishy going on in the whole process. As for now, that's that. And then this is the code. This is the HTML code that we created for the website. So for example, if I go into the home page, then this is all the HTML code for that. So this is creating the links over here, and also kind of adding the text and any of the images and everything like that. And this is the footer. So we can see the footer over here, and we can add stuff in here. So if I use the email like there, and then that should. This has not been implemented to the database yet, but this was also hopefully another thing that we could have added with more time and more resources maybe. But anyway, this is so if I just write in something like that, then it will give an error because it would ask for an email. But as for now, it is not very functional apart from that. And this would be, so this is the home page, and this is, for example, the student sign up page, where it asks for a password and all the fields there. And this is one of the subject pages for biology. Because we had replicated all the profiles, the code is pretty much the same everywhere. And then this is just a footer over here. So yeah, that's all the code, and then this is the code that Superdeep showed earlier that explained the snack bar and everything happening over there. So yeah, and that's all. That's our project so far, and obviously we could implement more things, but we didn't have the time or the resources at the moment to be able to implement those changes. Yeah, thank you.